It's documented in the recording device that I died.
Right.
And it resuscitated me.
Wow. He's talking about a wearable defibrillator. It's what doctors say saved this local man's life and hundreds of thousands of others as well.
But it's medical technology many people still don't know about, even though it's been around for 20 years. I talked with Mike Larkin and his family about the life vest, the reason they say it's important, and how it works. 75-year-old military veteran Mike Larkin and his wife Terry are about to take the trip of a lifetime.
Going to Paris and getting on a longboat with Viking Cruise Line.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take that all the way down to Prague.
As well as to Germany. But it's a trip that almost never happened. What's it like knowing that?
It's frightening. You know, we've been together since 1972. So, yeah, we're, long time.
Mike had a sudden cardiac arrest last year, and doctors say this wearable defibrillator saved his life. From what it seems, you might have died right there.
Without the vest?
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
it's documented in the recording device that I died.
Right.
And it resuscitated me.
Dr. David Sandler was the first doctor at the Oklahoma Heart Institute to use the wearable device. In fact, he was one of the first doctors to use it in our entire state.
I've seen so many saves, I just can't imagine not being able to provide it to some patients.
Dr. Sandler is an electrophysiologist, which is a cardiologist with expertise in heart rhythm. He showed me how the life vest works. This is your back.
Correct, that's your back.
Okay.
And what you see on the insides here are the electrodes, basically an EKG, that can detect any heart rhythm abnormalities.
Okay.
And if the device detects a life-threatening arrhythmia, first it will warn you, and then if you don't respond, it'll shoot gel out of here, and it'll use these as the paddles and shock you back into a normal heart rhythm.
Dr. Sandler says the vest is a temporary solution for patients in certain situations, and he says Mike fit the bill perfectly. He started wearing the vest in April of 2022, shortly after he was hospitalized and diagnosed with congestive heart failure. A surgically implanted defibrillator is a common treatment. However, Dr. Sandler says there is a 3-month waiting period.
At 3 months, once you've been on all the right medications, that's our standard time that we watch and wait and see if the heart function improves.
During this waiting period is when the life vest is recommended. When they offered it to Mike, his family was immediately on board, including his son and daughter, Sean and Brianne.
When that first incident happened, it was the first time I saw, my dad was scared, because it was kind of like, wow, this is for real. And so I was like, hey, Dad, do exactly what they're telling you to do, wear this thing.
Advice Mike took to heart.
He was so good. He never went without it unless he was in the shower.
On May 9th, just 36 days into wearing the vest, it triggered while Mike was at home and no one else was around.
I had gone to go do a puzzle, and the next thing I know, I was on the floor.
He's not sure how long he was down, but when he came to,
I got up listening to the device with the vest on, and it said, you've just had a treatment, please contact, It tells you everything to do, and I did.
Dr. Sandler says over the 20 years he's used the vest, dozens of his patients have been saved. He estimates the vest successfully resuscitates around 6 to 8 patients at Oklahoma Heart Institute each year, and thousands of others across the country. But there are some complaints. Dr. Sandler says some patients say it's too bulky to wear and it's uncomfortable. Other patients say it's too expensive. However, I learned more and more insurance companies are helping to cover the cost. I talked with representatives from Zoll, the company that makes the life vest. They tell me Medicare, Medicaid, and most commercial insurances will cover up to 98% of the cost. And they say they do have a patient assistance program for those who are uninsured. When it comes to the Larkin family.
So you guys are obviously believers now.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah.
What's your advice to people who may be on the fence about, wearing this?
These things are for real. Clearly, it saved my dad's life, and I imagine there's numerous others out there that have stories like it.
I mean, the doctors obviously know what they're talking about. It's not going to hurt you to wear it.
Mike, who now has a surgically implanted defibrillator, says he hopes his story saves other lives in the future.
He's told everyone. He's extremely active with his military friends,
Oh, yeah.
past friends. I mean, phone calls every single day with people. talking about this vest.
Mike just might even be spreading the word on his upcoming journey to Europe, a trip Sean gifted his parents as a celebration of life.
There's only a finite amount of time in life, and you've got to get out there and enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. That is awesome. I mean, what a great spokesperson, because it indeed saved his life.
Yes, like his wife said, he goes and he talks about it to everyone. It's good too.
Yeah.
And in case you recognize Mike's son, Sean.
Yeah,
he
Sean
is
Larkin.
who
Yes.
you think he is. Sticks, Sean Larkin, the retired Tulsa police officer who has gained national fame for Live PD and now on Patrol Live.
Yeah, he has a lot of fans, and I'm sure he is a big fan of that vest that saved his dad.
Definitely so, definitely. He was talking about it a lot. He is definitely a believer for sure. And for more information on the vest, if you want that information, click on this story on the Fox 23 News app or fox23.com.
Great story.